You know where you're watching from in the comments. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. Today we have some controversy. Maybe you've seen my emails. Maybe you've seen me talking about, can this replace 5-day challenges? And what is it? So today we're going to be talking about the automated community ascension model that I've been working behind the scenes on. And today I'm going to show it to you for the first time. So the answer is yes and no. Can this replace a 5-day challenge model? You've seen people running this model, 5-day challenges, live events, and I wanted to show you what the next phase is. We've run 42 live 5-day challenges every single month for the last few years. And I just wanted to show you what's that next step. And if you had the choice of running a live event every month, and to be honest, I love it, but if you had the choice to run that live event or let something run behind the scenes that's just as effective for enrolling new clients into your programs, which one would you choose, right? So this isn't our last one that we're going to run. I'm sure I'll come up with a challenge or a workshop in the future, but for now, tentatively, this is our last live 5-day challenge, probably for some time. And the truth is I'll still continue to teach this model because it works, right? We've done challenges without sales calls. We've been able to grow our following and our clientele into the hundreds. I'll share some numbers here with you behind the scenes today. But for the last few months, as we've been running our last 5-day challenge, we've been working on something called our automated community ascension model. And it's been just as effective to get members into our 2 programs than a 5-day challenge has been. And it's all without me being fully involved. So yes, there's still a place for a live event, whether it's 1 day, 3 day, 5-day. We're still going to encourage our clients to run that event. But the biggest thing I see is people having a hard time repeating every month, getting people to show up. And what's cool about this is even if no one shows up, which won't happen unless if you just don't market it at all, is that you're building an asset for your business. And what I'm going to be showing you in our upcoming workshop that we're running next week is how to take the recordings and build a product, a front-end self-liquidating offer for your business. So we're going to break this down step by step for today. I'm going to show you what is that model that we're talking about, how did I discover it, and how can you implement it into your business in under 5 days, 1 hour a day starting next week. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. And if you guys have any questions throughout this, drop your questions in the comments below. And I'll make sure that even if you're watching the replay, that I will come in and answer any questions that you do have. Okay. All right. So here's our slides. This will replace live 5-day challenges, ... Again, this is the automated community ascension model. And what I want to talk about today is really kind of going over the model that you see here, which is what comes after running an event, your 1 day, your 3 day, your 5-day challenge, whatever it might be for you. It's really in 6 phases. I know this might sound like a lot, but I want to break it down one by one for you today so you can see how actually simple this is. And just like anything, it takes work to build. But imagine building something once, refining it, and letting it run behind the scenes for you as you grow your business and focus on the things that you do love. And for me, it's running the trainings like this, fulfillment calls with my clients, one-on-one calls, creating new content, and just really growing our front-end free community, because everything else that you're going to see today starts with that. All right, so phase 1 is creating, launching, and growing your online community. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, whether it's Facebook, ClickFunnels, Kajabi, Go High Level course areas, you got school now, all these different things. I want you to focus on the model today, because the truth is it can be applied to any one of these platforms. We will be talking about school today since I've been on that platform for about a year now, and we just merged everything over. In fact, this is our first time running our live workshop on school. So starting on Monday, we are fully off of Facebook groups. If you're all in on Facebook groups, don't go change something just because you see everybody else doing it. We've made a logical decision to do this, but I want to show you how this can work, whether it's school, Facebook, wherever you run your events. It could just be on Zoom like this. All right, phase number 2 is the content creation. Once you have a free community, how are you creating content to consistently fill that community with ideal audience members? And do me a favor, drop a 1 in the comments real quick if you already have some kind of free community online. That could be your social following on a platform. It could be a specific community or a group or something like that. Just drop a 1 so I could see who here has some kind of community you're already building. And if you don't worry, we're going to cover it today and more in depth in our workshop next week. So phase 2 is content to fill that community. Phase 3 is how to create your winning offer and bulk onboarding. So with the 5-day challenge model, the virtual event model, whether it's live and or evergreen, what I want to help all of you do is enroll clients one-to-many without sales calls, without a big sales team, staying lean. And that's what we've done for years now. And I want to show you what it looks like to have this one thing in place so you can enroll 10, 15, 20 clients in a day. I know me a few years ago, I did not have anything in place. If I took on a few clients in a day, I'd be overwhelmed. So it's really important to get your onboarding and everything situated, your offer really outlined. If you already have an offer, how to refine it to handle that group sessions and onboarding, things like that. Phase 4 is how to create a signature enrollment event. So you really need to have your community, some people in that community, and your offer created and selling or ready to sell. And the next logical step is to create some kind of enrollment event. You guys have heard of these like as webinars, VSLs, challenges, workshops, master classes, virtual event parties, all these types of things, right? They're all doing the same thing. It's really an event to invite your members to and get them some momentum and invite them into working with you beyond that. This is just an experiential time frame and a shorter condensed time frame to work with you and see what it's like to go further with you. So that's phase 4, how to create your signature enrollment event. Now, this is where things get exciting. Phase 5 is the automated community ascension model. Essentially, you're taking this virtual event that you created once. You might have to run it 2 or 3 times, but I promise you, you won't have to run it for years like I did. To be honest, I wish I found this sooner and started implementing this a lot sooner. And we're going to take that event that you create, that asset in your business, and automate it in a way that you can run behind the scenes, fill your community. They watch this event, and the way that we gamify it and make it feel like it's live through the action steps with one support role, which is a community manager. You can run this and go focus on the things that you love doing, whether that's fulfillment, maybe it's creating your content, or maybe it's just letting it all run without you if you have a good enough team. All right, so that's phase 5, automating the community ascension model. And then phase 6 is really about scaling traffic to grow your free community. Take a look at the content you've created to get momentum in growing your community. And you can either do this in certain advanced ways organically, like JVs, trainings and other masterminds. Maybe it's paid advertising. We'll talk about a few of those today. And then last but not least, we have some details about a workshop. If you love this topic from today and you want to go a little bit further with us, we will be running our last live 5-day challenge starting on Monday. And this isn't really like the typical challenge model you've even seen me run or others run. This is more of a 1 hour per day workshop style. We're going to implement what I share with you today. And again, if you have any questions, stick around to the end or just drop them in the comments below as I go through this so you don't forget the questions you have, and I'll make sure that I answer them for you. All right, so a lot of you know me. I know a lot of you guys are here watching me. You've been on my trainings before, or you know this already, but there's some new faces. Put new in the comments below if this is your first time experiencing watching me live, or if you're here on live with us behind the scenes on Zoom, just put new in the comments. So back in 2018, this is a little fuzzy of a picture, but the best I could do for back then. I was working in the kitchen, my last day of serving tables. And I knew this was the last table I was bringing food out to and clocking out for the very last time. So I snapped a photo. And back then, I really had no plan. To be honest with you, I had some experience. I had, spent 7 years trying to figure something out online to make money. That's just the truth. I wanted to pay off my student loan debt, and I just wanted to work from home. And I tried a lot of things up until this point. But I had somewhat of a plan. I saw what a lot of people were doing that I looked up to. And the thing is, they all had some kind of community, right? So I had an idea, and I want to share what that idea was with you today and how this is actually timeless and still works today. It just looks a little bit different. So now what I did have was 5 goals. I wanted to quit my job, pay off my student loan debt. I wanted to win the ClickFunnels Dream Car Award by referring 100 people to ClickFunnels. I wanted to go on and earn the 2 Comma Club Award for doing $1 million online so I could get on stage. And that was the requirement to join Russell Brunson's inner circle. And ultimately, I wanted to share my message on stage at Funnel Hacking Live to show others that they can do this too. And it took me some time, but one by one, I made these things happen. And it really all came from building a community. As soon as I launched my first online community back in 2019, about 2 months after leaving that full-time restaurant job, I was able to grow it into the thousands without paid ads, without an audience, without results. So one by one, I was able to pay off my student loan debt, hit the ClickFunnels Dream Car Award, 2 Comma Club Award, join Russell's Inner Circle, and speak on stage at Funnel Hacking Live. And none of that would be possible without you here today in this room or watching it live on wherever we're streaming this. So shout out to you and thank you for being a part of this. But I want to talk about community specifically because I've been semi-known for creating virtual events, right? Helping you create your signature online virtual event, specifically 5-day challenges, but this works across all live event models, live launches, you might have heard them be called. But when I think about what have we done in the last 4 years running an event every single month, whether it's a 1-day, 3-day, 5-day, or something in between there, it's about building these mini communities in condensed time, right? And that's really what it's about. So some of the benefits about creating your own community, it's a great front end to attract ideal audience members. You could create community experience that they'll never want to leave and go further with you. You could automate your onboarding processes for your offers, whether it's affiliate marketing, network marketing, coaching, consulting, done for you services. If you are looking for more leads, more customers, and more sales without a sales team or sales calls, this model works. All right. We've been able to collect hundreds of online reviews on Facebook, on Google, on Trustpilot. It says hundreds of testimonials, but it's more like thousands. We have over 1,000 video testimonials from our community. We get to find out exactly who our audience is and what they want most, and discovering your marketing message so you could create content from exactly what you're seeing that they say that they want. And then last but not least, ascending people into your higher level offers. So there's a lot of great things. So if those of you guys who have a community, whether you're just starting, you're gaining some momentum, or you've had one for a while, I want to share with you some things that we're doing to really focus on community. Now, some hidden benefits, I mean, some of them are in sight, but I just want to share a few of these with you. I believe we've been able to get the results we have in our clients and the people that I look up to online, because when you have a community, you get to show your audience that you really care. You get to create valuable products and trainings. You get to show up for them. And that's something that we've noticed that we've been able to do well over the last few years. You get to provide that value, increase the problem, solution, and brand awareness so people know that you solve a specific problem with a specific product, and they are aware that your brand has that solution. It builds up know, like, and trust. It's going to allow you to grow your email list if you do it the right way. It will bridge the gap and ascend leads into customers, identifies your action takers, and better yet, filters out those tire kickers and freebie seekers. It builds conviction in your offer. You're going to start getting social proof and people sharing what you're doing. It creates a sense of community, get people results and clarity, and provide social proof and testimonials. All right, so when I launched my first online community, this was back in January 2019, within the first month, we were able to get 500 members in 22 days, 1,000 members in 38 days, and within under 2 months, 59 days, we got 2,000 members into our community. All right, again, without paid ads or any of that either. So community led to hitting these goals you see. Earning the ClickFunnels Dream Car Award. Did that within 66 days, 100 referrals to ClickFunnels. Right after I hit Dream Car Award, people started asking me questions, and I started putting together an advanced training. So I had a free course I'd give to anyone who joins my group, and the questions that they were asking led me to create a paid product. I launched it for $697, enrolled 44 people into this, and cleared $23,000 through Stripe, $11,000 through PayPal, plus the affiliate commissions from people signing up to ClickFunnels with my link in those courses that I had, the free and the advanced course. In total, made $85,000 in 2 months after starting this online community. And if I look back to the one thing that I did different then than the 7 years previous of failing forward online, it was every time I tried to launch something new, I was immediately trying to sell. And if you look at this from January to March, right? So a little over 2 months where I just, for the first time in my life, even though I really needed it, I wasn't selling. I decided just to provide value, create community, find out what they actually need in their words, and then I created it. So sometimes it's hard. A lot of people I talk to just want to get more sales. They need more leads, more sales. They're usually in dire situations, just like I was back then, negative in the bank, 6-figure student loan debt. And I want to invite you to pause, because think about how many years or months or even longer have you been just trying to sell online, and think about how long that's been. And are you able to pause, hit the pause button for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, if you can go out there and build what's actually needed in the market the right way? Would that be worth it to you? All right. So shortly after that, went on to earn the 2 Comma Club Award. Again, doing some really cool things with our community. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this training, we've done 42 virtual events. Well, I've done a lot more than that, but specifically 42 5-day challenges, month after month. I think we may have missed 1 or 2 months in the last 4 years from like vacations and stuff like that. but in total, $3.4 million in revenue, almost 800 new clients, 791 new clients in that price range between $1,000 up to $50,000 that we've sold some of our higher level done for you services all the way down to some courses. We've done 19 free challenges, 23 paid challenges, and it's led to some of the coolest meetups I've ever had, and look forward to doing more of these. And I, again, couldn't do that without a community. So I want to talk about what this model is. Take software and platforms out of the picture completely right now. I want to show you this is what I've seen to work for my business, our clients' businesses, and even some of the biggest names in the online space. So it's about creating content and advertising to fill some kind of community, right? Free community, you usually have some kind of lead magnet that gets them in that community, and they'll come for the information, right? They'll come for what's in that free course or that lead magnet, and they'll stay because of the community. And then it's about hosting some kind of virtual event, whether that's, again, live or recorded or evergreen. I like to do them live first. And that's a webinar, 1-day workshop, 2-day, 3-day event, 5-day challenge. They're all really doing the same thing. And then ultimately leading people into your paid offer. That's the ascension. So if you look at the free community, it's about growing your list. Free course is really to nurture them through the content that you've created and get really the research that you need to structure the offer and the virtual event. Now, you could skip the virtual event and just enroll people, get them on the phone and all of that, but you guys know I don't love that model. I'd much rather run a live event, make an invitation one-to-many, and introduce them to the offer that I see fit. So that's really the model. But today what I want to do is break this down because it doesn't quite go in this order, right? I want to show you the order that I want to show you in the workshop of what we're going to implement next week. So why this is harder now. So now we're going to talk about software and platforms, right? In the past, I focused on this same exact model, but it was just a little bit different. We would do a lot of content on social media, specifically Facebook for my business, get them to my profile, get them to join the community, start growing our email list, right? Get them in Messenger, and we would give them access to a free course. Now, in that free course, what I would do is get them to a video that would get them to buy a product. Sometimes it led to a sales call. And that's what I did for the first few months after launching my initial course. And I started seeing something come up online called the 5-day challenge and decided to start implementing that where I didn't have to do the sales call model because, to be honest, I just did not love that process. I'd rather work with people in one-to-many, have an amazing experience in a smaller community, and invite them into the offer. And when I look at this old model, yes, it worked for a while, but what's changed? What were the problems that this model created for me? It was, number one, having a Facebook group was ultimately a big distraction for a lot of people. You see notifications, you see advertisements. It's hard to navigate and find the information that you're looking for. You're probably in a ton of communities already. There's a lot more restrictions that are starting to happen. Like, for example, like even now, I can't even see my member requests for our community. Reach has dropped significantly. And now I'm starting to notice you can actually boost content to communities. So that just shows you where it's going. It's going to be like how Facebook pages used to be. You used to get a ton of reach and organic on pages. Now, if you make a post, let me know if you guys agree, like you get a few likes and comments on your Facebook business page, right? Because they want you to pay to expand that reach. So a lot of these things are starting to happen. What I don't love about the communities that I used to have on Facebook's Facebook groups was that there's no course area. There's guides, but again, kind of clunky to navigate. Low engagement, low show ups, low completions. And I just believe people are getting tired. And some people that teach this model of Facebook groups, I totally get it. Like, communities are communities, but when you have something new that's coming up, you got to follow the trends, right? And I don't think that this is just a trend. I've been on this new platform for about a year. I'm not here to sell you school today, but just from my experience of moving my free community over, both of my paid memberships, and now our community where we're hosting our live events, I'm seeing it's just so much more simple to do, way less steps and effort. So I want to show you what that looks like. So again, the new way, there's nothing changing here from the model, but what I want to show you is what we're doing and the platform specifically that we're running our virtual event on, and how it's going to be so much easier to evergreen this, turn it into a SLO. You guys might know that as self-liquidating offer, or a tripwire, which I don't really love that name. But essentially it's a front end product that you film live, take the replays and make it into some kind of course or training that you could sell evergreen. I love doing live events, but the number one objection we get is, Doug, that I'm busy that week, right? So I see this being a way for people to go through at their own pace, but still have the live support component to it. I'm going to show you how we do that today. So here's what it looks like from a more visual standpoint, right? Again, the content or ads, the free course and community, hosting your conversion event in that community under the classroom tab on school, and then having, maybe for all of you, I would focus on one offer, one message, one platform till you hit a certain goal. For us, we focus on our academy for about over 2 years now. And we just recently rolled out a membership. So I'll talk about that too in our event, which one's the right one to start with and so on. But I wouldn't launch 2 offers at once. But essentially, you're gonna want some kind of core offer where you get people from your content into a free community. They're watching your information here in the classroom, your videos, your training, your lead magnet. They get to know, like, and trust you, and they end up signing up to your event, right? They join your event. You'll filter out the people that aren't a fit. Those who are still at there at the end, you invite them to that next step, which is your core offer. So I want to talk about how this model's worked in the last year for us in 2023. We've had many 6-figure launches. And I want to say that not to brag, but just to show you that this has worked for not only our products, but even affiliate launches that I've been a part of. So this is the model that allowed me to have $100,000 in my own offer launches this past year, as well as affiliate launches. And here's what it looked like when ClickFunnels 2.0 launched. And I knew that I wanted to be at that top 10 mastermind because I get to meet Dan Kennedy, spend an hour on a one-on-one session with him while everyone else watches, get Russell's eyes on my stuff, and just meet some amazing people. I just knew I wanted to be in that room. So I did what I always have done, which is create some kind of community, right? So I knew this challenge was coming up. It was your first funnel challenge. And I created an online community for anyone that's registering. So if you register, you get to join this new front end community. And then as we went through that live event that Russell held, if they bought a VIP ticket, I had lock modules and calendar events that they get access to as bonuses. When they bought the offer at the end of his event, I had specific modules and advanced training. I did an 8-week coaching program for free for anyone who bought that offer as a bonus, right? So it all started with building a community. And I was able to go up and finish number 3 on that leaderboard, right behind Dean Graziosi, which is kind of crazy. I was right behind him in number 2 at one point. Gusten got me right at the finish line at midnight, but we're still buds. So no, in all seriousness, it was just really cool. And it's like, how do I go up against people with massive email lists in these types of launches? Is because of the community aspect. I did the same thing when Grant Cardone saw me on that leaderboard. I met Grant in ClickFunnels headquarters during that launch, and he asked me if I'd be interested in promoting his event. And that was early last year. So what did I do? Same thing I always do. And if you look at this picture, I don't know if you could recognize any faces, but you got Pete Vargas, Anthony Morrison, Dan Henry. You have, let's see, Bill Allen, Shanda Sumner, just a lot of big names in this space, some of the biggest. We're talking thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of people on their email list and their communities. And I didn't have that. And I didn't have a big, I don't really run ads. So I don't have like a big ad budget to run. And what I did was created a community, did the same exact process. If you sign up to Grant's challenge, I'll create this community. If you buy VIP, I'll open up some additional bonuses for you. And if you buy the offer at the end, I did another 8-week coaching program as a free bonus. So again, starting a community and incentivizing them every step of the way. And then, of course, the last one I was in was the Secrets of Success launch, number 1 on the leaderboard. I'm not going to keep on going on, but I did the same exact thing. Okay. I created a community, bonus incentives along the way. And I've done this not only for their big launches, but to also, like, every time I run a new event or some kind of offer, creating a community on school. But for those of you who aren't focused on launches and affiliates, like, I want you to focus on your own thing and take the same model and do it for your own. But the truth is, you probably have resources, software, different tools that you're paying for every month, and you can share that with your audience. If you love it and you use it and you can refer them, I recommend it, because what I've been able to do is grow our audience last year through these communities, leveraging other people's launch traffic and excitement and the trend of the market, and grow my list and then get them into my own offers. Right. So we were able to grow our audience and offer mastery membership and our audience conversion academy from that traffic source. But anyway, let's get back on track here with the community, because I want to talk about how the one core commonality in all these is the community component. And what I believe that works so well is because, again, you get to show people that you care. You get curious about them. You understand what they need and want most, because they're usually answering these questions and polls in your communities. You get to share your story and show that you've been where they are. You understand and know how it feels to be there and why you're on this mission to help them solve that and get to where they want to be. Gives you a ton of value. So I just create free, valuable trainings and resources just like this one today, and the one that we continue to meet up on Tuesdays. Gives them and enrolls them to a bigger picture. So I believe not in selling, but in evoking like your vision, evoking your dreams, and enrolling you into your dream. Because I think sometimes it takes somebody else to encourage us, and that's what it took for me years ago when I first started. And then just inviting people to that dream and show them that it is possible, right? The call to action is, hey, if you want to go and implement this, here's what it can look like. So that's why I love having a free community. And just to get things simple, you guys have seen that I have had a lot of communities in the past. My intention this year is just to go simple. So now if you look at the structure that we share, we've condensed all of our communities over the years into one community. It's called our Community Creators Club on School. And then in that, we have a live event coming up, which is going to be building and creating our new front end offer. So I'm going to be doing it live and then selling it as its own product, essentially. Ultimately, to invite people into this model to implement it in our program. I want to show you how to do the same. So like I mentioned earlier, we're not going to go in order. You might think the first part is to go create content. And why I believe most people aren't sure of what to create and they're overwhelmed by too many ideas or no idea of what to create content around is because they missed this first. So I believe in knowing where you're going. You have to have some clarity, which I think I'm able to show people how to gain that clarity through asking a series of questions, right? We're going to focus on day one of our workshop. But if you just know where you're going as the first step and you create a community and you just try to help those people similar to yourself months ago, years ago, or decades ago, and you know exactly where they're at and try to bring them on that journey to get the desired outcome for them and building community around that vision and being aligned to it, I think that's the missing component for a lot of people. So we're going to talk about creating your own community and your free lead magnet and free course that you could put in that community as the first step. Why? Because when people join your community, you're going to have the 3 questions when they join. You're going to be able to poll them. You're going to have them fill out surveys in your email and respond and all that. And you're going to find out exactly where they're at, what they want most, what they're currently trying that isn't working, and what they're wanting it to look like. It's going to help you create your core offer. And that's exactly what I did back in 2019 when I launched my community. I was doing research, asking questions, and just trying to find out where people are at and what do they want most. And then I would learn those things and implement them myself and then show people how to do it. Right. So you don't have to be the expert. But number one is that community and free course. So let's talk about that, and I'll talk about what steps to implement next. So I'm not sure if you guys can even read this, but I just want to share with you Alex Hormozi's vision for new entrepreneurs and why he's all in on school and some of the things that he's doing. He gets a lot of questions around people asking, like, what do they create their communities around? So I'm just going to read this to you real quick because I love the message. He said, a reminder for those who are new to entrepreneurship, to everyone about to start the school games or create, I'm just going to say this, create a community online, who thinks that they're losing because they don't have a huge audience or lots of money or some deep expertise yet. You're wrong. This is one of hundreds of videos I made when I was still sleeping at the gym. Truth, I took shots before filming because I was so nervous, so afraid to not look cool. I had 0 watches, a 10-year-old car, 0 pad, 11 years later. Who cares about those videos, how crappy those videos were? No one. The output of the video wasn't the likes and comments I got. It was who I became. Right. So essentially he's just talking about like getting started and creating something and know that you're not failing. You're not, it's not about being early, just keep going. And that's what I did. 7 years of failing forward, just kept going. Right. And if you look at this was another one. Some of you guys might be thinking, well, I don't have a way to show people how to make money online. Right. Everyone that's being successful has that. And if I want to like relay this in a way what's more important than the money, right? When you have the money, why do you want the money? What are you going to do with it? Usually it's to improve your health and wellness so you can stick around more years to come to have better relationships and experiences, right? So if you are teaching health, wellness, relationships, and things like that, think about how much more important that is than having money, right? Obviously, you need the resource sometimes to get there, but when you could learn the marketing message behind why and what it looks like and tie it to a number, which I'll show you how to do if you're not in the make money online space or teaching some kind of digital marketing strategy. But this was a great post by Nicholas saying, is it just me? It seems like most people making money with school or online communities are teaching other people how to make money in some way, right? So Alex came back and I love this explanation. He said, in the US economy, there are 1.6 business to business businesses for every one business to consumer business. And B2B businesses at their core are all centered around helping customers, other businesses succeed, make money. That means there are 18 million business to business businesses and 12 million B2C business to consumer businesses. If the communities are reflective of that general business market, the trend will likely carry. It also means that there's tons of room on either side of the aisle. As a personal recommendation, only teach what you know. And many starting out don't know how to make money, so I'd recommend not teaching it. Gather people and similar interests, whatever they may be, then use that community to gain access to people above you, provide value to them, facilitate them, providing value to one another, AKA crowdsource the value creation. Then you will be well on your way to either creating a product to sell them or switching the community over to the product itself. And to summarize this up for you, I just want to share this story with you because when I first started my community back in 2019, I wasn't an expert. I had no audience, no results. I was negative in the bank. I was the opposite of what someone would want to learn from. But I think what helped me stand out was my, I guess, vulnerability to go live and share my negative bank balance and where I was and talk about what I was doing. And I just declared a goal, shared the plan that I saw being my action steps, and took them on a journey to implement them and document my journey. I brought in experts to come speak to my audience. I didn't think they would ever say yes. I got 5 different 2 Comma Club award winners to come speak. So essentially I was doing exactly what Alex said here, is creating the product with other people's expertise. And what I did was I took those masterclass recordings that other people taught to my community and packaged those up as my 697 course, my first course ever that you saw me sell. It wasn't even me teaching it. So I want to share with you that you can congregate people based on common interests, share what you're doing. And if you're interested in something, there's millions of people that are also interested in it. And just to show you that this is possible, some of the top communities that I've seen specifically on school, but you go look at Facebook groups, there's groups on everything, right? One of the number 4 fastest growing community on school teaches people how to jump, how to high jump, right? You have another one about eating carnivore diet. You have one about anxiety, right? Someone took what they're experiencing when it comes to having anxiety and found their message to help others in that. You have Credit Accelerator, someone teaching jazz guitar, right? Someone has 129 members paying $200 a month teaching jazz guitar. Think about that. You have hobbies, people teaching hobbies, people gathering around not eating sugar. 1,500 members, $27 a month. Think of how cool that is. You have over 3,000 people talking about volleyball in a community, right? So think about this. And whatever community you have right now or plan to start, it doesn't have to be the end all be all. In fact, it probably won't be, but it will show you and you'll learn so much more about where you're going and you'll gain skill sets. So all I want to help you all with right now, and especially for those of you who are in our workshop next week, is to start thinking about the offer. Day 2 of our workshop next week, we're going to really dive into the offer because it doesn't make sense to go further in this model if you don't have a way to create a paid offer for people to invest in that you could support them in. And if you're not sure what that looks like, think about this. Who are you helping? It's probably a past version of yourself, most likely in a lot of cases. What is the problem you're helping them solve? What is your promise for them, or what do they desire that you'll help them achieve? And what is your unique process, right? And I want to help you come up with that. So ours started as affiliate marketing using communities. And it's evolved into 5-day challenges. And now what you hear me talking about is the automated Community Ascension model. So I want to help you come up with a process. How is it unique or different? And you can be the differentiator. It doesn't have to be this new invention or this new way. Like, you are unique enough to attract the right people. And that's why I had success in 5-day challenges. There's a lot of people teaching that model, but there were people that I could reach that some of the biggest names in the industry couldn't, because they couldn't relate to. There's people that will relate to you and not some of the biggest names in the industry. right? So I want to help you understand that you don't need this like unique mechanism and all of that. We'll talk about that, but you are the unique mechanism. Your stories, your experience, the way that you teach. All right. So one of the first things we talk about is once you have the vision of the offer, what is the first step you can introduce people into? That's going to be your lead magnet. That's going to be the topic of your free community, a free course, some kind of training for them that you can create and leverage that thing to get people into your community. Just like I did. I created my first ever free course. It was called Sales Funnel Mastery. And I created some trainings on the tool that I was using and learning about, which was ClickFunnels. And I gave it away for free to anyone who joined my community. So you can provide value to your audience, get them to know, like, and trust you. You can start growing your email list, start looking for the problems you hear that they're having, and bridge that gap from problem to solution, ascend from lead into customers of yours, identify the action takers, filter out the tire kickers. So that's what it allowed me to do. I could see, even though this was a free course when I first launched, it allowed me to see who was actually implementing it and focus my attention on those people. So when you're coming up with your free community or your free course or your lead magnet, think about what can you create that will attract ideal customers. If you have a lead magnet, drop a number 2 in the comments real quick. And even just let me know what that lead magnet might be. Is it a free course? Is it a PDF? Is it an ebook? Is it a training? Is it a webinar? Something like that. Like your events can be that. So for me, for the longest time, that's what it was. And think about, where are people at right now that this would be a suitable training for or lead magnet for. You want to be clear on how it helps them solve their problem. What outcome can they expect? You want to be clear on that outcome. And what are they searching for right now to solve that problem online? You could use things like Answer the Public, Google search. You might look at what books are selling on the topic, what courses are selling on the topic, what communities are forming on this topic. You might go to Quora. There's a ton of places you could go to find out what are people searching for, and go create something that has keywords in it so you can be found in your platform of choice, whether it's Facebook groups or school or Google or YouTube. And what will this thing do for them? And if you get more specific in this, you'll grow a community of like-minded people, and they will show you where to take it next. All right. So my first ever one was our Sales Funnel Mastery course, and our community was called Sales Funnel Mastery. Right. So it had the same name, but when they join the community, get the free course. We did this just last year with our challenge funnel templates. It was our 6-figure challenge toolkit. Essentially, this was a live training that I filmed, evergreened it, turned it into a product. And we found that people that bought this product, they go into the free toolkit, they buy the training series, which is the Replay Store 5-Day Challenge. The people that finished that were the ones who are becoming clients. And then that's when I started getting the idea of, wow, there's something behind this where I don't think I need to do a live challenge every month, because this is working just as effective hands off. But this was the same exact thing that we did years ago, but we just did it with different platforms and tools. And I just want to show you, when we were doing this, we noticed a big problem. The problem was that resource was hosted on Kajabi courses. So people would get the free 6-figure challenge toolkit, they would finish it, they would buy the replays, and we'd invite them to a Facebook group, right? And although it worked a little bit, there was a big thing in the way that I noticed that the new way that we're doing it now solves. And that's, if you look at this, to date, we've had thousands of people go through this toolkit, that free training series, and only 200 of them join the community. And the problem with that is that we had no way to communicate with these people, because they were unsubscribing from our list. They would take the toolkit, they love the training, but they would unsubscribe from our emails. They'd be like, all right, I'm just going to take this thing and run. So out of 1,941 leads, 1,941 leads, over 1,200 of them unsubscribed, meaning I can't communicate with them or, communicate further with them to ascend them up into working with us together. So we only had 736 leads left. And again, only 200 of those leads actually joined the community. So the new way, and what we've created and been testing, is what if we combined all of these things? And that's why a lot of people talk about school being the new fad and the trend, but the thing is, you got to go with what's working. And you could see that the old way had a lot of issues. Number one, it was expensive. I know Facebook groups are free, but hosting our courses and everything on Kajabi was $4.99 a month. School, we paid $99 per month for our own community, and it combines everything that we want in one place. We have our community and classroom. We have the course training modules. We have the calendar for our weekly trainings, and we have even gamification, which you guys know I love. And what we decided to do is take our toolkit, and host it in the classroom of our new community. Now people have to join the community to get access to that. So even if they unsubscribe from our email list, they're still in the community. We could still correspond with them. We could still message them. And it creates this more intimate environment off of what I consider a distraction of Facebook. So that's one thing that really helped us get people in our community, go through that free training, buy tickets to our events, and become clients of ours. So that's the first part. I'm going to pull it back here so you guys, hopefully you guys are still with me here. We went over number one, which was community and free course. That's the first step. A lot of you guys, as you know, commented below saying you already have that piece. But next week, I want to really refine that because I know that it takes a lot to run a community. What if you can get the way to run it hands off? Now, the second part is, okay, I've got a community, but it's not engaging or no one's showing up or it's not growing fast enough. The second step is to create the right content, taking the message that you're learning from your community members, even if you only have a few. And to be honest, like what I would do is go and talk to those community members. My first 100 members, I got on a call with almost every single one of them to find out what they were looking for and things like that so I could build the content around it. So leverage your communities to gather the research and find out what you need most. You could put out polls. You could ask for people to respond to your messages and emails, things like that. And you're going to go create content. And the content is going to fill that community for you, get people through your free course. The more that they're showing up in here, you're growing your list, they're getting your emails, they're going through your content, they're understanding your model, they're getting confidence that they could implement that model, right? So that's really what the second step is all about. We're not even talking about ads yet, just content to fill that community. Now, the third part, we're going to go way over here to the right. We're going to talk about the offer. It's not about, like I talked to a lot of people, Doug, I got my community, I got 100 members in it. I'm ready to launch my virtual event. I'm like, cool. What's your event going to be on? They're like, I don't know yet. I'm like, well, what's your offer? They're like, I don't know. I don't have an offer. I'm like, then you don't want to go run an event. What you want to do is, again, leverage the research that you've built from your free course and find out what is the new problem that it's creating. People say, well, isn't the free course supposed to solve the problem? Yes, but it also will create a new problem that you get to help them solve. Every new level, every new result causes a new problem for people's businesses or their lives or their health or their wellness or relationships. What's that next thing that they'd be willing to pay you for, right? So what's that high impact problem that they're willing to invest to go further with you? And that's what it's really all about, is creating that offer through finding out, again, where they're at, what they need most, and what are they trying now that's not working, and what can you do that's worked for you, and invite them into that paid offer. So the offer is really important in this because it's going to help you create the virtual event. So anytime like this right now, we're building out our new workshop, our 5-day challenge next week. And I'm like, all right, so this is all about communities, growing, create, launch, grow and monetize your own community. And what are the problems I see people having around that? What are they trying right now that's not working? And how can I create an offer around that? Right. So understanding what this community ascension model looks like as the core offer and having the curriculum and the calls and everything I can do, all the templates built for our clients. Now I could say, okay, what's the first step I could create an event around? Well, if I could help people create, name, launch, and fill their free community, that's going to get the ball rolling. Right. So you got to think about this, like, what's that first step in your offer? So what we're going to do next week is focus on that offer. And once you have your offer figured out, if you already have an offer selling, I want to help you refine it because it can be a lot simpler. I bet you, if you're anything like me, I've made offers very complex and add more and more. And actually what I found is less is more. It's better for the clients to get results. It's better for you. So once you have the offer figured out, now we can go build some kind of virtual event, whether it's a 1-day, a webinar, a 2-day, 3-day, 5-day challenge. It's all really the same thing. They're structured the same way. The logistics just run a little bit differently. So virtual events, we've helped people do 1-days, webinars, VSLs, challenges, because again, they're all the same thing essentially. And what we help our clients do is build that event, do it the right way, and invite clients to work with them one-to-many. A lot of you guys have been through my challenge, so you see how this works. So that's really the fourth step, is to create that event. And the cool thing is you don't have to wait for an event. Like you think about when I launched and made that first big one, 44 clients that bought my course for $697 back in 2019. I didn't do an event. I put out one single launch post because I built the community, found out what they need, made a launch post. got my first founding members, built out that offer with them, got them results, and then I ran the event, right? So you just know you don't even need this to go get your first clients or your next clients. But the event will help you fill this ongoing. So virtual event. So after this, step 5 is how do we take that virtual event and evergreen it? So we don't just sell the replays to this and say, hey, we have an event, it's the replays. No, we actually are building a new curriculum, a new course in this event. And at the end of it, packaging up and positioning it a little bit different. So next week, I want to show you how to position this as a front end offer. And just know that the people that are buying this from your free community are going to be the ones who ascend into your offer. We've seen this work really well. And I've done this without having to go live, without having to do sales calls, all through the Community Ascension model. So we're going to show you next week how to actually take the event you've created and turn it into a product and change the positioning a little bit differently. And just putting this work in. I know it's going to take work to do the event, but just know that you're building an asset and you're creating your paid front end product. And last but not least, we're going to take a look at what has been working in content and what is the message that we can refine, and then start running ads. How do we scale this with higher level traffic sources like Dream 100, podcast appearances, expert sessions, interviews, all those types of things, and take the best of your organic and put $5 behind it, $10 per day behind it, and start growing through paid advertising. So that might not be, some of you guys don't want to do that, but I know that if you have something crushing it organically, one of the best things we did was start running ads to our free community last year, because they would go through the free community, right? Find our free community, go through the free course. Those who finished the free course would buy that $27 product. They'd go through the 5 lessons, and then they were buying our product at the end. So that is what it looks like. And you can do this hands off. I will say it's not 100% automated, but the way I want to show you next week is by having one person on your team, part-time, volunteer, maybe it's someone in your program that wants to help. They could take this off your plate and run your community as a community manager and just facilitate people that are joining, get them to your free course, get them through that first paid product, and invite them into your paid program, which basically this course is designed around doing. So I know I went through that. If there's any questions, let me know what your questions are, but those are the 6 steps to building out the Community Ascension model. And it's not going to happen overnight, but it's also not going to take you years like it took me to discover this. Why? Because I've packaged up everything you need. And next week, a lot of you have already signed up for this. We're over, last I checked, 56 people that signed up for this workshop since we launched it the other day. And we're capping it at 100. This is going to be my last live workshop that we're doing. We're actually building a paid course out of it. And March 1st, we're going to take this and package up and sell it as a course, just like I'm teaching you right now, this Community Ascension model. So if you want to go through this and you want to be live and be a part of this, the Q&A sessions, get the assets and the resource and not have to pay full price for it, then I want to share something with you to give you that opportunity. So it's called our Community Profit Accelerator Workshop. It's our last 5-day challenge. It's going to be probably our last one for some time, maybe ever, who knows? We never know, right? What's going to happen is you're going to join our community, our Community Creators Club. And in this community, under the Classroom tab, you're going to see the Community Profit Accelerator Workshop. We already have the introductions tasks for you built out. So if you already signed up and you haven't done this, make sure you go through here, watch these 4 lessons. They're very short, 3 minutes for the first one. They're like 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes each. It's probably under 15 minutes total. Definitely under 15 minutes. You watch them one by one, get the pre-work completed so you're ready to show up next week and implement so we can start building out the Community Ascension model. All right. Under here, you'll see the placeholders for each day. So it's going to be 1 hour per day for 5 days. And we're going to be doing this live on Zoom together. The Zoom link is below each day. And what's going to happen next is you're going to see the replay added to this course area. At the end of next week, we take down those replays because we're going to be packaging this up. And I want to encourage you to show up and do the work and implement it during this time frame. All right. So this is designed, you don't have to be on the live Zoom sessions, but you do have until the end of the week to make sure you're following the pace. Okay. So here's what's going to look like. Day 1 is about avoiding the mistake of monetization. We touched on it briefly today. You might have missed that, but we're going to really break this down and show you how to create your aligned audience. And we're going to dive into this for 1 hour. You're going to know exactly who you're working with. You're going to know who to create a community for and what even the first step to building some kind of lead magnet for them is. Day number 2, we're going to help you map out your profitable offers, right? So for some of you, it will be a membership. It might be an affiliate product, a network marketing product. It might be a coaching program, a course. It might be something else, but we're going to help you create or refine your offer. If you already have an offer, this is still going to help you look at the marketing message behind it and how to actually do less. How can you make your offer specifically so you can roll clients one-to-many? There's probably some people here that have been rolling clients and you can't handle more than 10 or 15 in a day. I'm going to show you a few things behind the scenes to automate onboarding and really feel proud of your fulfillment so you can run some kind of event and get people into your offer one-to-many. Day number 3, we're going to talk about the automated community ascension model. We're going to talk about the first steps to building out that conversion, or sometimes I call it a enrollment event. We're going to help you structure that event and then what to do next once you host that event. And then day number 4, we're going to talk about the community growth accelerator. You have this free community, you have the lead magnet, you have the event to send them to your paid product. How do you fill your community? Right? What are the top few ways we're going to share with you that we're doubling down on? There's a lot of things you can do, but I want to share with you the 1 or 2 things that to focus on, and depending at where you're at, one of those 2 will make more sense for you. All right, so we're gonna help you make it easier to fill your community. And then last day, we're talking about the 7 C's to conversions framework. This is really what is a conversion? And why does the Community Ascension model work so well to create connections? And what are we doing that you can implement into your business? So that is day number 5. But for those of you signing up before we hit our 100 capacity, we have some bonuses. So we're going to give you our ultimate guide to profitable communities workbook. This is going to include our daily exercises of our event to help you get results each and every day, to build out one of these 6 components throughout the process. You're going to get the step-by-step fill in the blanks, templates and resources so you can do it faster, and just getting clarity. If you lack clarity around any of this right now, and you're brand new or you're seasoned and already doing 6 or 7 figures, I know that what we're going to share with you works for people at all levels. But ultimately, it comes down to clarity. I know that there's always that next level of clarity, no matter where you're at in your business. Bonus number 2, we're going to talk about the community setup checklist and training. Again, we're going to talk about school communities, but this can work on other community platforms because the checklist is about the framework of building community. We're going to give you the actionable community trainings, the checklist to keep you on target, community support, and how you can even keep access to this after the event. This is a specific training that we're throwing as a bonus. Bonus number 3 is our infinite content blueprint. One of the things I really want to help you with is staying organized with your content ideation, tracking your content. I'm going to show you how to create a year's worth of content in 1 hour through that training, organizing all of your content, the research, and the metrics, right? And I don't know if you can really see this well, but this is the copy of our content ideation and tracker that you get a copy of. Bonus number 4 is our perfect lead magnet. I'm going to help you create your outline, structure your content for it. Some of the top questions I always get is, I don't even know what to create and put in my course or my free community. We're going to help you solve that. We're going to talk about the scripting of it, the filming. If you're doing video, you don't have to do video. And then how to set this up in an evergreen way to get people into your community, going through your free trainings and becoming customers. Fast action bonus number 5 is the perfect score contest. If you guys have worked with me in one of our past events, you know we love doing this. For anyone who shows up next week, whether you're live or watching the replays each day, and you implement the 1 task in the workbook. And what I love about how we're doing this new is right below the video of the day is a post. Right below. You don't have to go look for it. It's right there. And you comment your answer there. And we have it all automated. So when you do that, we know that you did the work. For those of you who show up next week and complete all 5 action tasks, you're going to get a perfect score. We're going to get together for a day on Zoom, and I'm going to give you personalized feedback and behind the scenes in real time how we're actually creating this evergreen product and launching our self-liquidating offer funnel on March 1st. So I'm going to show you in real time what we're doing. We've already done this for another product that we're retiring, and we're building this out in real time for all of you so you can see the Community Ascension model in real time. All right, so everything you're gonna get 5 days live training and with me in our community growth, community creators club. You're gonna get the ultimate guide to profitable communities PDF and training, the step-by-step community setup checklist, creating your winning offer blueprint and checklist, automated community ascension model setup processes, the infinite content blueprint. We're even gonna throw in some things around offer stacking so you can really feel confident in your offer, the perfect lead magnet video scripts, and $2,500 worth of prizes and giveaways when you show up and implement the work next week. If you add all this up, and by the way, like if I were to sell these things individually, these are the prices. It's not like this inflated value. And these are things that we either sold for that price, we would sell, or we paid to have them created. Now, normal price for this workshop is going to be $297, and people aren't going to get it live. We're going to sell this product for $297 starting on March 1st. But because you're in my audience already, you've been a part of our world, we want to make you a no-brainer to join me, do this live together, and be a part of this product creation. And that's only $37 today. So if you would like to be a part of this, we have 45 or 46 spots left. As soon as we hit 100, that page is going down. So if you go to this link and that page is still active, it means that we still have a few spots available. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to this page. We'll drop it in the chat right now. If you're watching live on Facebook, it's in the link in the description above. Okay, so click on that link. It's going to break down the offer again for you. Real simple. Put in your details, hit complete order. There will be an option if you guys want to check out the bonuses for VIP. You're going to get an additional hour of support from me. You actually get the entire product and the replays beyond the event. And it's still no brainer. It's still not even close to the $297 we're going to be selling this package for in March. If you just want to do general, I suggest that start there. And what you're going to do is on the thank you page, join the community, add the calls to your calendar for next week. They will also be on the calendar in the community. So make sure you check that out and start the pre-work. It's under 15 minutes. You'll go through the welcome video, understand everything so you're ready to show up next week and implement this model. Again, so this is the course area in the classroom you'll look for, Community Profit Accelerator Workshop. Go to task 1, watch the welcome video. Go to task number 2, watch the understand the contest. Number 3 is understand the platform. And number 4 is introducing yourself. All right. And then you're going to get ready for having the workbook and everything you're going to need for next week. All right. So I just want to share this with you because why today? Number 1, this is the only time I'm doing this live. We're going to do it once live, build this product, and we're going to be selling this for more money in the future than what you're going to get it today. Only $37 to get it today. It's going to be my last time doing a live workshop for a while to test out this or continue to improve this automated community ascension model so we don't have to be live every month. And I can start traveling with Kelsey and meeting up with all of you in person for our house bills and the cool things that we're doing there. This product will be $297 launching March 1st. So you're not going to have to pay that. You'll get to keep this as a VIP. Come behind the scenes to film it live with me. Also, the bonuses you're getting for doing it live with us will not be a part of that bundle in the future. And lastly, you get the chance to get a perfect score and join the VIP day with me to watch me build out the evergreen funnel and all of that live with you when this event is over. All right, so go to myfulltimefreedom.com/accelerate. And once you go there, just click the button on the page, go to the order form, enter your details. You could choose upgrade to VIP. I highly recommend it. You're going to get an additional hour with me every day. There will be a little bit more exclusive an experience. And then on the thank you page, it'll take you to the community. Join the community today. Go through the welcome video series, get your workbook, all that fun stuff. And I'll be welcoming you as soon as you join. All right. Real quick, I just want to share this with you so you could see a little bit behind the scenes. Let's see if I could. Here we go. Okay. So Community Profit Accelerator Workshop. This is the community you're going to join. We already have 1,000 people in this community. You guys, we just launched this just a few weeks ago, already hit 1,000 members. A lot of you guys have seen us do this. And I've been documenting how and everything I'm doing here behind the scenes to show you that you can do this too. I know I have an audience. I know those things, but I want to help you. What if you get your first 100 members and build this foundation next week to do so? So we're going to show you what we created for you as we've been doing this behind the scenes. You're going to go to the classroom tab. And again, some things I didn't even mention, you're going to be able to stay in this community after the event. And there's some other additional trainings. If you have time, you have a few days until the event starts. Feel free to go through this to get ready. But ultimately, you're going to find the welcome series here, and you'll have the placeholders for the live events. You'll have the Zoom links here on the descriptions. And then also on the calendar. So if you're here on the calendar, you'll see our workshops. These will be locked unless if you become a member and you pay the $37. VIP is here on the calendar as well. And again, if you're VIP, you have your own additional course area. We're going to get all the replays for the VIP sessions. All right, so that's the community. So again, what you're going to do is just go here to the page. If you need some more information, you want to read a little bit more. Hopefully you have enough information to make a decision today, as I broke it all down for you. But if you want to see more of that, you can go here. Click on this button. It's going to bring you to the next page. Enter your details here below. Hit enter, and it's going to take you to this community. All right, some of you guys are already in there. If you're in this and you haven't bought the event, it means that these are locked. You're not going to see these until you buy it for $37. But you still have time. We start this live next Monday, February 19th. All right, so who here is already in? Just put a profits in the comments, or the comments below, or the chat here. Our Community Profit Accelerator Workshop. I know a bunch of you guys are already in. Again, we're going to cap this at 100 people. We want to invite you, if you're not in yet, to be a part of this. If you guys have any questions, ask away. All right. What's your number one question when it comes to the Community Ascension model? What's a question around the workshop that we have going on coming up next week? Or just a question you have around your business? I'm free to open this up for any discussion right now. If you guys don't have questions, then we'll wrap up. But I'm really excited about this one. Really pouring everything I have into this, everything I've done personally to grow communities, launch communities, evergreen trainings for communities, and just keeping it really simple as I possibly can to help you guys get the foundation for your own community and build out this process. And I know that could seem overwhelming to do in 5 days, but I'm going to give you exactly what you need to get the ideas and the workbook. And if you go through these exercises, you're going to be able to get a lot more clarity, probably than what you've had in past months, sometimes years. I have people tell me I have more clarity now than in past years. And it's just designed to help you go through it stage by stage. Any questions on this? I see Sam's in, Samantha, Kirby, got Coena, Daisy. Awesome. Yeah, and if you guys want to be a part of this, again, you can buy this for $297 March 1st. But it's not going to be live. You're not going to get the bonuses. I'd rather invite you to come be a part of this, do it live with us, get clarity, be able to ask me questions throughout this event, and just get the templates and the resources for only $37. Let's go, Daisy. Yes, yes. Awesome. Any questions? Are you guys, I see quiet faces, so it looks like you guys are good to go. A lot of you guys are already in. I look forward to seeing you inside of the community. So do your introductions today if you can. If you're already in, take you like 2 minutes, go do your introductions. Angelica has a question. We can access the VIP upgrade at the same link. Yeah, so what's going to happen is you're going to submit the $37. The next page, there's a video. I want you to, even if you know you want it, still watch the video. It's going to show you everything. There's so much more to VIP that I didn't explain. Watch that video on that next page and just hit that blue button if you want to go for VIP. If you don't want the VIP, just scroll down to the bottom of that page, and it's going to show you a button to join the community there. All right. If you hit yes on VIP, the third page that comes up is the VIP confirmation page. There's a special link for VIPs on there for a different calendar and a different Zoom link. Okay. But everything, no matter what level you're taking, general or VIP, will be on the calendar inside of the community and also inside the classroom. Cool. Angelica, looking forward to working with you there. Yeah, you missed it. We'll send it out to you. We'll send you a replay. Guillermo, what's up, Guillermo? What are your thoughts on starting off with a paid community versus a free one? Pros and cons. Yeah, this is a great question. It really all depends, right? I find, for me personally, going back to my roots, when I first started, I didn't have an audience. So for me, if I were to launch a paid community, number one, I wouldn't have known what to create as a paid membership or a paid product if I didn't have that free community telling me what they're looking for and what they want most. I wouldn't have had an audience to launch to. So if you are experienced and you have sold things online, you have an audience, doesn't have to be a big audience, then it might be better to go paid. I'll be honest with you. However, most people, I find having a free community is beneficial just for the research. Next week, we'll show you how to structure your free community. how to get the right people there, how to set up your 3 questions to ask the right questions to understand what you can start thinking about when it comes to building a paid membership. And think about the things that we pay for, right? What are the things you pay subscriptions for? Memberships you're a part of, that you pay just to have access to these things, just access to information, access to people, just a more intimate environment to be a part of, right? So you don't have to be the expert. There's a lot of cool things that we'll break down for you next week to show you some ideas. Yeah, if I had the choice, you guys, free versus paid, I'd obviously go paid. There's a lot of benefits to it. Not just, I'm not talking about money. I'll just give you guys some behind the scenes. We've been running a free challenge. We used to run free challenges, paid challenges. We've mixed it up. But for the last 3 months, we ran a free challenge and it did well. I love doing it for free, giving people that opportunity, but people weren't taking it that serious. And we decided that we're making this one paid. We're capping at 100 paying members. And I expect 95% of the people to show up and complete it because that's what we normally see versus 10% of a paid challenge. And I know I'm putting a lot into this one as my final one. I want to go all out, give you everything you need. And I don't want to do that for people that aren't willing to be somewhat invested and be a part of this because I know that they'll take it more seriously. So I do believe in paid, but I believe if you're starting out and you want to grow an audience, it's a lot simpler to find where you're going by having that community and just focus on those people who are taking it serious because most won't. But get on calls, reach out to people, have conversations, poll them, find out what they need. And it's just going to allow you to go create the paid thing. So that's my answer to that. My long-winded, hopefully it landed for you and it makes sense. Guillermo's in. Yeah, I saw you come in earlier. Thank you. All right, you guys, that's all I got. If you have questions and you're in this workshop, join the community. Make sure that you see that the modules, they should be unlocked. If you bought general, you'll see unlocked. If you see VIP, you'll see that unlocked. If it's not, send my brother. Jeremy's going to message you automatically anyway. He's going to be facilitating all of you through this experience. Of course, I'll be there too. But he'll be the go-to for any questions you guys have. But I want you to go post your questions in the community. I'll keep an eye out for them. I'll personally answer them. We have just under a week, or it's 5 or 6 days left until we're live. There's some things that'll be popping up here and there before Monday. So keep an eye out. You guys know that we have a pregame event. We'll have that on Zoom. Everything's on the calendar for you. Cool. So last call. I'd imagine I haven't seen the numbers, but we're probably 65, 70 people signed up already. We got 30 or so spots left. So once it says 100, that page comes down. It'll go to a wait list for the paid product for $297. You won't be live. So sign up today. If you're watching this right now, only $37. If that page is still going, it means that there's room available. All right. So click that link in the description above or here in the chat, and we'll see you all on the inside. All right. Thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you in the Community Profit Accelerator workshop.